I've been wanting to talk about these for quite a while. Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on these bad boys right here, man. It's not just these ones, but we got the other one too. I did not open the other one yet because I wanted to show kind of how they're packaged and everything. This one I pre-opened just because I couldn't help myself. I needed to see those things in person. They are gorgeous. They are not mine. We're borrowing them, but hot damn, these are amazing. But anyways, this is the box. The box itself is gorgeous, okay? Because this is very similar to what we got originally back in 1987. 86 if you want to go way back, but this is what the Air Jordan 2 kind of came in. It's not exactly like it, but it's very close. It's just an homage and all that stuff, but it's got the off-white flavor on there with the holes and the translucent stuff. I think that this is just really dope. Inside they're all individually wrapped. That's some extra right there. I love it. Look at this. This is a Ziploc baggie for your kicks, dude. Like, this is crazy. This reminds me of the infrared pack. It was an Air Jordan 6 pack that had both the black infrared and the white infrared, and they came in these really beefy kind of like baggies like this. So not only are they bagged, but they are wrapped inside the bags. So yeah, these guys right here, just like, I really wanted this one specifically. I just think that these look fantastic. I don't love everything about them, but I love almost everything about them. We'll get into that in just a second because this video is actually brought to you by today's sponsor. And that actually is Closed Source, and they are actually teaming up with Dapper Labs and Nifty Lux. And basically they are bringing you guys a special NFT, which is a mashup or a hybrid of a Nike Dunk and the Air Jordan 4 Union. Not only that, but they actually made a handful of them. But basically they made these shoes out of the actual shoes, and they created 100 of these things. So if you're interested in checking it out, they are going to be launching exclusively at the link in the description box. Again, there's only 100 of them, so make sure that you get in if you're in on this whole NFT thing. It's a big old craze right now, and not only is there just the NFT of the product, but there is actually a limited amount of the product itself. There will be some other goodies included as well, but they're not divulging that information just yet. They're making that one a little bit of a special secret for those of you guys that actually go and participate. And with all of that being said, let's go ahead and talk about these masterpieces right here, man. I just think that these are fantastic. So we'll talk about the pair that I don't love first. I think that the colorway is gorgeous. I think the black and blue looks amazing, but I don't usually typically like all black sneakers, this being one of them. This right here just is a cool version of the Jordan 2, but to me personally, especially when you stack them up against a traditional colorway, I just don't think that they're anywhere near as cool looking. Like, this just screams Chicago in the 80s. And basically it's a recrafted or reimagined Air Jordan 2 in the low top form. Are they going to remaster the Air Jordan 2s? The answer to that is yes.
Flameo, Hotman!
Are they going to come in original Air Jordan 2 style packaging? The answer to that also is yes. I believe that they're supposed to be coming in 2022. I originally heard that they were coming in 2021, but I guess that was these.
Oops, sorry.
It is happening for all of you 2 lovers like myself. I think that 2s are amazing. So just be patient. I know that this is like as close as we've gotten so far to an actual real looking Air Jordan 2 since the 80s, but it is coming. So just hold your horses, I guess. Don't go blowing your load on all of these, especially after all those people up the price, which is unfortunate. But I just think that the creativity behind these is just top notch, like next level. I think that what they did with these, or the whole concept behind them, is fantastic. Like, I love the Jordan 5s where it was kind of like, oh, let's make an aged version that has that off-white flavor. I thought that they turned out fantastic. I even like the black ones, even though I just prefer the white ones, or yellow ones, whatever you want to call them. But this right here, I just think is in perfection. Like, this is really a great way to tell an original story of heritage, of the brand's history, in such a respectful way that, like, this right here, like, I'm like, man, it took a little bit of time, but they finally got right. Anyways, the outsole right here looks great. It looks like the originals. Got a little bit of extra flavor on there with that yellow and all that stuff. It even has the little size on the bottom like they used to. Not only did they have additional sizing, like screen printed into the collar lining, but they usually would have it on the bottom of the shoes. This is typically what you see nowadays on like a Payless shoe, or I don't even know if Payless is still around, but a Payless shoe, a Walmart shoe, something like that, where you always see like the sizes real quick on the bottom. They'll even do this at Ross and discount stores when they're just coming in and stuff. They'll quickly write on the bottom what the sizes are. They'll zip tie them together and they'll put them on a shelf. Is that what the zip ties are from? Like discount stores? I don't know what this is about. Like, I know that he puts these zip ties on everything that they do. If you guys know what this is for, because I'm not into, you know, the off-white stuff, please educate me in the comment section. I would really appreciate it. And then the midsole itself is probably my least favorite thing, or not probably, this is the thing that I don't like about the shoe. It's the only thing I don't like about the shoe. I am not a guy that loves cracking and crumbled midsoles. I know that there are some collectors that when they get something like this, they feel like it's a piece of aged history and they really appreciate it. For me, I just feel like my stuff is falling apart. And so I don't love this. I do understand the whole concept behind it. I think that the process that they took to get here, where they took an actual PE that was actually crumbling. I've seen that pair in person, by the way. It was in their, like at Nike HQ, they have like a whole, like a archive.
Museum.
It's not a museum, but it was close. Like, they have an archive of their stuff. Some stuff they don't have, so they actually have to borrow them from collectors, which is always really cool. But this particular pair I've seen a number of times on campus, and basically they kind of scanned the whole thing with a scanner, and they 3D printed basically the clear pieces, and then they made a midsole around that. So I think it's a really interesting concept. I just don't like the way that it looks personally. I like my shoes to look like they're wearable, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, this to me looks like a shelf piece, even though I have seen them on feet and they still look cool. So I wouldn't like not wear them just because this is like this. I just would have preferred them to look like the actual 2's midsole. But that's why I'm excited for the actual remastered Air Jordan 2 to come out, because I like them to look new, you know, for as long as possible. Something that's interesting though is that the retro versions of the Air Jordan 2 don't have the same exact tech specs as the originals. They actually have a slightly more enhanced tech feature by adding a little bit more air. So the original Air Jordan 2s had a heel air unit. It was encapsulated much like the Air Jordan 1. The retro versions have a little bit longer of an air unit. It's not quite a full length unit. It's just a little bit longer. It extends into the midfoot. This guy right here, I believe, goes back to those original specs. So I believe it's just a heel air unit in there, which I think is really interesting. Some people might consider that a downgrade or whatever, but if you're looking for a truly remastered shoe, like if you want the same thing that came out in the 80s, then you're kind of going to need that. So I'm not mad at it whatsoever. I wouldn't play in these anyways, although that would be dope. The upper is really the thing that shines for me. Like, not only is it retooled the way that it's supposed to be, so it looks like, look at this slope. Oh my God, this is so great. This is the best shaped Air Jordan that I've seen in a long ass time as far as a retro is concerned. This one right here just looks great. The materials on them on top of that are fantastic. So they are a little bit stiff at first, just like these guys right here. It's not exactly the same leather, but it's very close. So it's a really thick cut of leather. It's got a nice PU coat on it on top of that, so it's going to be durable. You will need to break these in if you are planning to wear them, and that goes for both of these pairs. This one right here though, the black version, it just has like a slicker look to it. Like, it looks more premium than the white versions, but I think it's just because there's not a ton of texture on the upper. It almost looks like a polishable leather rather than performance leather. But anyways, if you like the leather that they use on the 85 cut Air Jordan 1s, then you're probably gonna like this. If you don't like thick premium cuts of leather on your basketball shoes, you won't like them. It is what it is. If you like that Jordan 1 mid, then you're probably going to want to stick with those. Now, not only did they reshape the shoe and put premium materials back on there, but we also have all the eyelets, which is really cool. A lot of times they actually had removed one of them. I don't know why. So there was 3 for a long time. Now there's 4 again. I hope that that's back on the remastered high tops and all of that stuff. And we got the lizard embossed print on the heel right there. We actually have the signature, which is part of the PE that they use that's in the archive. It literally looks like this. Well, not with the collar cut and stuff, but it's an Air Jordan 2 that looks just like this. It's so weird, and it's really cool that they were able to replicate it like that. And it's got that signature on there. I think it's awesome. I really hope that real fans were able to get these. I was not, but if you have a pair that's a size 9, hit me up for a reasonable price. I'm not trying to pay $1,000 for some sneakers and because I just want to wear them. But again, if you were a real fan that was able to get a pair of these, I'm pretty sure you're ecstatic. Like, how many stars is it? 5 stars? 5 out of 5. Now again, there are some off-white hits to the shoe. So we have the off-white branding that you can actually see, you know, on the inside of the shoe and things like that. This one actually has the signature, I forgot to mention, on the mid panel instead of on the collar. I do not know if this is a second PE that had like a signature somewhere else. I don't know where they came up with that. I don't know if they just moved it to differentiate the two. I'm not sure. Again, if you wanted to educate me on that, feel free. But the rest of the off-white kind of like mannerisms is right here in the back of the collar area and the tongue, where the Air Jordan 2 heel counter or the heel tab, which is that rubberized piece, which looks fantastic. I love this piece, but it's not quite attached to the whole shoe, so that's a little bit different than the actual Air Jordan 2 and Air Jordan 2 Low. And then again, we have the exposed foam in the collar as well as the tongue. The tongue is so nice, dude. It's not hella fat like the regular Air Jordan 2 retros. Like, this is so thin. Oh, this is so good, dude. I'm much more excited for an Air Jordan 2 than like I think I've ever been because of how nice this pair is. Like, this gets me super hyped for what's to come. They still say shoelaces on the shoelaces. There are extra shoelaces with the shoe, so you know, there's all of that kind of stuff. The insole itself is polyurethane. It's not the same kind of polyurethane insole that is on or inside the 85 Air Jordan 1. This one's more along the lines of which we'll get in the traditional retros, the Air Jordan 11s, the 3s, the 4s, so on and so forth. The 85 was a little bit of a thicker one. This is more of a standard one. And last but not least, the section right here in the heel is hella padded and hella sculpted. It feels awesome on foot. Like, when you put these on, they just kind of like hug your foot in like such a nice way that really made me not want to take them off. They were fantastic. And as far as sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size. So whatever you typically wear in your Air Jordans, that's what I would recommend. Worst case scenario, go up half a size because of all that extra padding back there in the heel. But I would go true to size, especially once this leather starts to really break in. It's gonna feel so nice on your foot. Like, when they do stuff like this is what's gonna make you really appreciate footwear. In my opinion, it's what makes me appreciate footwear, even though I've not like I've lost appreciation for it, but I really love this when it's done right, and this to me feels right. But we do have one more. You got to come in. You wearing that stupid ass hat, you got to be in this part. So we've been doing 12 days of Kicksmas or giveaways for our WearTesters Discord community, and our Discord community is actually our funding of the channel. So we are self-funded, they all help. It's a great community on top of that. They're inside right now talking to each other about all kinds of stuff. There's things for nerd sneakers, for basketball. There's one even for the Nightwing shoe. There's all kinds of channels in there, soccer, yada, yada, yada. And yeah, we've been doing 12 days of giveaways. We do giveaways every month, multiple per month, in fact. So if you wanted to be a regular member, then feel free. But for the month of December, we do 12, which is crazy. But anyways, this is today's giveaway, and it's the Air Max 1 in this beautiful rendition made out of really nice leather and all that stuff. Super soft, super supple. I just think that these are fantastic. It's the first Nike shoe to feature a visible air unit, the window. So if you were interested in entering the giveaway for these, make sure that you click the link down below in the description box. It'll head you over to WearTesters.com. There will be a join section, and good luck and congratulations in advance to whoever wins these. And with that being said, I just need to know your thoughts real quick. I know that you don't love Jordan 2s in general.
I like Jordan 2s all right.
Do you?
Yeah.
The lows or the highs?
I think I like the highs better.
What?
But
really? Okay. Well, that's interesting. I like them both. What do you think about these outside of the midsole? Because I already know that you and I are both in agreement that the midsole is not our thing.
well, for one, I've been studying the signatures on both shoes, more so because I was impressed that Jordan uses the same J that I do in my own signature, especially on the white pair, but there are two different signatures. So he had to have signed some shoe,
Something else?
yeah, to get this one.
Maybe. Did you see the 23 in his M?
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
I see it.
Isn't that cool? That's a cool little fun fact for those of you guys that don't know. MJ actually puts a 23 on purpose in his signature in the M, which they did highlight actually in the Air Jordan 23. They had different types of stitching on the upper. Some of them was a DNA kind of stitching, and the other one was the M, and it made a 23, which is a play on his actual signature and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know why I know this stuff.
You can also find that hidden on the Jordan 7.
Jordan 6.
Jordan 6.
Yes. Technically, there is a 2-3 in the Jordan 7, but I don't think that was the intended purpose. I think that the panels are just very similar. But that pretty much takes care of these guys. I think they're fantastic. I was being serious. If you have these in a size 9 and you wanted to get rid of them for a decent price, I'm not talking about like whatever they're going for. If you're looking for like current market value, which is like inflated,
Then take your butt to GOAT, because
yeah.
we don't want it.
Exactly. I'm not trying to pay that shit. But if you want to do a homie hookup or something like that, then hit me up. I'm down. I think that these are fantastic. But thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. And big thank you to today's video sponsor, Closed Source. Again, if you're interested in checking out the NFT with the hybrid, Air Jordan Dunk, Air Jordan 4 Union and all that stuff, which they look dope. Click the other link in the description box. It'll be down there waiting for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. And until next time, guys, have a good one.